evening, and thanks for joining us tonight for 23 ABC News at 5. I'm Jessica Harrington. Tonight's top stories. Bayan?
CHP officials releasing new information in the deadly shooting on a Greyhound bus passing through the Grapevine. What they said about their investigation coming up.
Plus, a mistrial has been declared once again in the murder trial against Mikhail Bowers. What the prosecution and the defense are saying about this. 23 ABC News at 5 starts right now.
Live from downtown Bakersfield, 23 ABC News at 5 starts now.
Good evening. Officials say one woman was killed and 5 others were injured after a shooting inside a Greyhound bus traveling on the Grapevine shortly before 1:30 this morning. 23 ABC's Bayan Wang has been following the incident and joins us live from the base of the Grapevine now. Bayan?
Yeah, Jessica, we're learning now that the passengers on board that Grapevine took action immediately when the shooting broke out. CHP officials describing their response to the shooting as heroic, saying that they physically disarmed the shooter before throwing him off the bus on the shoulder of the Grapevine. And a lot of families today coming through, picking up their family members. And we also spoke to one passenger who said he took cover when the shooting rang out.
After I saw the shots, I literally turned around and tried to hide myself in the seats.
Dominic Miguel says he was one of 43 passengers on board a Greyhound bus early this morning, traveling from Los Angeles to San Francisco, when a man opened fire, killing a 51-year-old woman from Colombia and injuring 5 others. 2 people are in critical condition and 2 others are expected to survive.
I'm thankful. I'm thankful that my daughter and my granddaughter made it. I was scared, devastated.
Officials say it happened while the bus was passing through the Grapevine near Lebec.
This is extremely rare. I've been on 25 years. I've never heard or seen this happening on a Greyhound bus.
Officials say the bus driver pulled over after the man opened fire and told him to get off the bus. He was dropped off on the shoulder of the freeway just north of Fort Tejon Road. The bus driver took the next exit to a gas station approximately 3 to 4 miles away.
There was some heroic actions that were taken by the passengers that led to the eventual suspect being disarmed and escorted off of the bus.
The devastation could have been worse, according to the California Highway Patrol.
They were able to call 911, let us know where they were, and we were able to get emergency medical crews here to render aid to the injured victims.
We asked Greyhound representatives whether individuals are screened for weapons before they board the bus and what their preventative measures for safety are. A spokeswoman said they are not able to provide those details, but said in part that their thoughts and prayers are with the victims involved.
It's just so hard to imagine yourself in that situation. So you just don't know how to react and you just freeze almost.
And CHP officials said that the Greyhound bus is equipped with surveillance cameras, but right now officials are working with the bus company to see if those cameras were operating during the shooting. For now, live at the base of the Grapevine, Bayan Wang, 23 ABC, connecting you.
Well, the intersection of Olive Drive and Jewetta Avenue is back open after a damaged gas main line caused a closure. 23 ABC's Imani Stevens is joining us live from the intersection at this hour with the very latest on the incident. Imani?
Yes, officials have confirmed that this gas leak has been stopped, and there were 12 homes that were initially evacuated, but those evacuation orders have been lifted. And as you can see behind me, there is still BPD here as well as Kern County Fire here on this street. This intersection is Olive Drive and Jewetta Avenue. And this crews received this. They responded to this area around 4 this afternoon about the reports to repair a damaged gas line. There were no injuries reported. However, there were 12 homes in this area that were evacuated, but officials say that evacuation order has been lifted. According to the city, a contractor hit a gas main which started this leak, and due to this gas leak, the power has been off for homes and businesses in the area. And officials say this power shutoff will continue well until tomorrow morning, and when they are able to come back out here and restore the power. But the gas leak has been stopped, and those 12 homes that were evacuated, those orders have been lifted. And that's all the information that we know right now, but be sure to stay with us on our social media platforms as well as our website, turn23.com, for the latest on this gas leak. Live in Northwest Bakersfield, I'm Imani Stevens, 23 ABC News, connecting you.
All righty, Monty, thanks. We want to turn now because all eyes are on Iowa tonight as the voting has opened for the first nominating contest, the Iowa caucuses. This is a live picture of Iowa. You can see many people gathered there tonight. While it will reveal which Democrats are leading the pack, we may not get a clear winner tonight. The Iowa Democratic Party planned to release vote tallies from the first and second round of caucuses, as well as the final delegate count. This would show if a candidate won the popular vote but lost in the delegate counts. Kind of like how the Electoral College works. So this is the first year the party will release the popular vote tallies. Still, the Associated Press plans to only use the delegate count to declare its winner. Now, we will have more on this story as we follow it live tonight on 23 ABC News at 6. President Donald Trump's impeachment trial resuming today with closing arguments ahead of a final vote on acquittal set for this Wednesday. Even though the trial continues, Trump has said he will go to the Capitol tomorrow to deliver his State of the Union address, as President Bill Clinton did during his 1999 trial. It wasn't clear, though, whether he would mention his impeachment. Monday's arguments come after the Senate voted 51-49 Friday to reject calling any new witnesses. It was a critical defeat for Democrats. The only GOP senators to vote in favor of hearing senators were Susan Collins and Mitt Romney, both sides making a final plea in the trial.
Innocent people don't try to hide every document and witness, especially those that would clear them. That's what guilty people do.
The only appropriate result here is to acquit the president and to leave it to the voters to choose their president.
Before Wednesday's vote, each senator will get 10 minutes on the floor. Many expected to use the time as a chance to explain their positions. Tomorrow, President Trump will give his final State of the Union address before the November election. It's also the first time he will directly cross paths with House Speaker Nancy Pelosi in months. A staffer says the two haven't spoken since a meeting in October that was supposed to be about Syria. The speech comes a day before the Senate is expected to vote on the impeachment articles. Well, back here at home, the jury in the Mikhail Bowers murder trial has reached an impasse, forcing the judge to declare a mistrial in this case. Bowers is accused of shooting and killing her longtime boyfriend and Jay's Place chef Ray Ingram back in 2017. 23 ABC's Veronica Morley joins us joins us in-house tonight with more on that decision. Veronica?
Good evening, Jess. When I spoke to the family of Mikhail Bowers today, they said they were frustrated by the jury's inability to reach a decision. But the attorneys in this case tell me that this is all part of the process. Today, the judge said he will set a new trial date for March 16th. Bowers is charged with the first-degree murder of her boyfriend of 25 years, Ray Ingram. The prosecution arguing that Bowers killed Ingram in a fit of rage over his ongoing infidelity. The defense, however, said this case is one of self-defense and that Bowers shot Ingram after he chased her while screaming, "I'm going to kill you." This mistrial coming less than a year after a jury deadlocked in Bowers' first trial. Defense attorney David Torres said he thinks the jury in this case had a difficult time understanding some of the key issues in this trial.
So I believe that this is a case from a difficult human perspective for people to understand. And again, if you tried this 10 times, you could probably hang another 10 times but in various different ways.
After today's proceedings, the attorneys got the chance to speak to the jurors and see why they had a difficult time coming to an agreement. The prosecution saying they plan to evaluate that feedback as they move into this third trial.
I think that in every case, the jury and both parties want to reach a verdict, and I think that was the case in this case, and this is just part of the process, and it happens, and we respect that. We respect the work that they did, and we go forward.
Both sides in this trial said they believe the jury worked hard to try to come to an agreement. Torres saying that he believes jury selection will remain to be one of the biggest obstacles as this returns to court. The judge said in this trial, 6 jurors voted for voluntary manslaughter, 4 voted for second-degree murder, 1 voted for involuntary manslaughter, and 1 juror voted not guilty. This case will go back to the beginning with a new trial date set for March 16th, and Bowers is expected back in court for a readiness hearing on March 6th. In studio, Veronica Morley, 23 ABC, connecting you.
Well, we were tracking cold temperatures across the region today as a system has been sweeping to our east over the Four Corners as we head into the evening hours tonight. So that leaves temperatures here in the valley in the upper 40s right now. That is well below what we were feeling this time yesterday. So down 11 degrees here in Bakersfield, down 21 in Fraser Park and 14 in Tehachapi. And these below seasonal temperatures will continue as we head into your Tuesday. But overnight in the San Joaquin Valley, tracking a freeze warning. So that is going to be in effect beginning at midnight tonight until 9 a.m. tomorrow. So make sure that you bring those pets inside, wrap any pipes that are outside, and cover any sensitive plants. So those below freezing temperatures between 27 to 31 degrees and some as low as 25 here in Bakersfield. We will have an overnight low of 30 degrees. And I have more details on just how much longer you can expect these cooler temperatures coming up next.
At least 2 people are dead and 1 is in the hospital after a shooting on campus at Texas A&M University Commerce. According to the University Police Department, the surviving victim was taken to a hospital in unknown condition. The shooting happened at the Pride Rock Residence Hall, which houses freshmen, according to the school website. University police say it has stationed officers across the campus. All classes were canceled for the rest of the day. There was a shelter in place, but it was lifted this afternoon. Authorities say the investigation is ongoing. Texas A&M's campus in Commerce, Texas is more than 200 miles north of the main campus in College Station. The Kern County Republican Party has revealed its honored guest for the 2020 Lincoln Day Dinner. Senator Lindsey Graham will be at the event later this month. The Lincoln Day Dinner is an annual fundraiser held by the Kern County Republican Party. It's scheduled for Thursday, February 20th at the Doubletree Hotel. Tickets are available now, and we have a link on our website, turnto23.com. This month, we celebrate Black history, all the triumphs, successes, and the struggles that many people face to help bring change in this country. Today, we spoke with a local Black business owner about what he does to help the East Bakersfield community.
In fact, I grew up in this neighborhood and when it was all Black-owned businesses, and that's one of the things that keep me inspired, want me to continue to operate, to have a store, because I'm the last of the stores that was in this neighborhood.
It's a story we're working on for 23 ABC News at 6. We're going to hear more from Henry Shipes about his store and what he tries to do for the community through different events. We're going to have more on that story and more coming up tonight on 23 ABC News at 6. Cal State Bakersfield will be honoring this month with a couple of annual events this week. On Thursday, the Icardo Center will host Gospelfest 2020, and once again, it'll feature choirs, dance groups, and soloists from the spiritual community. The event is open to the public, and it's happening this Thursday at the Icardo Center from 5 until 8 p.m. The following day, the community will come together for an annual breakfast at CSUB. It will be the 5th annual Unity Breakfast in the Stockdale room of CSUB's Runner Cafe. Breakfast will be provided, and university officials say there will also be an inspirational message, and someone will receive the annual Unity Award. It's awarded to someone who exemplifies outstanding contributions in promoting diversity and collaborations. The breakfast is happening Friday from 7 until 8 a.m.